Hi, I'm Bethany Mitchell. Thanks for watching my presentation. I want to introduce you to my whale watching app, Ocean Allies, today. Ocean Allies is a Boston based whale watching app that connects users with local marine life. Explore detailed whale profiles, track recent sightings, and learn about other marine species through this app. And with interactive trip planning and a conservation focus, Ocean Allies empowers users to not only enjoy that adventure, but also gain knowledge to protect the ocean and share with others. So, my main focus of this app was to focus on including people who are also in the environmental space, in the environmental ecologist space, and are avid whale watchers. Here is my homepage, and I have kept it pretty simple. As for my style guide, I kept it very modern, obviously, like with the blues. I tried to keep them deep blues, like the ocean and marine life. And I was lucky enough to have a lot of photography from my sister who worked on a whale watching boat and for years as a naturalist. So she gave me a lot of insight and a lot of pictures and footage. So it gives it that modern feel. So if you go to my main page, you can navigate here to the first page, which is Our Whales. And from here, I basically have built a whale directory and a mock whale named Luna, an orca whale. So from here, you can click through all of the different panels, going through all of our whales. I tried to keep it very image focused so that it was pretty self-explanatory of where to click next for users. So from here, you can read more and go to their profile page where there's the same photo for consistency, and then there's a bunch of information. And then from here, you can explore behaviors and observation details, again, with some very simple UX with the photo and the buttons here to make it easy. So from here, you can either see the behavioral patterns, the research notes, or the observations. Again, keeping it a little bit more tailored to that advanced knowledge, but also very interesting for people who know nothing about whale watching and whales and marine life in general. So from here, I created a mock page for behavioral patterns for Luna specifically. Each whale has each of these feeding behavior, social behavior, and migration movement. And then from here, you could go to the next page, which is sightings. And sightings will give everyone kind of an understanding of the recent sightings, and you're able to submit photos and videos that you take on board. But also, I really wanted to make it a mission to be able to report sightings from the user and make them feel like they're engaged and involved in this interactive experience on board. So from here, you can go to my submission form where I would ideally have them write their name, their email, so that we can contact them for any follow-up questions or any spotlights needed from the media team, etc. And then the species type, the number of whales is because they obviously travel in pods, and the behaviors, the date it happened. You can upload photos, and then from here, the current location, it will jump to the map where you can click on the GPS and click the exact moment and place that you saw the sighting. So then you can submit your sighting, and it brings us to the success form with this little pop-up, and you're able to go report another sighting if you would like. If not, you can go back to regular sightings and go look at all the recent sightings, or this can be the end. And then to move to the next page for species, I did want it to, one of my main focuses in user stories was really just species information. I think it's really important for people because before the trip they can even research this going in so that when they're able to be on board, they can then locate exactly what species and what behaviors they're doing. And it, again, just makes that engagement and interactivity increased on board. So I've done a sample page for the orca whale, and I have a very similar structure to my other page, but I wanted to go through and kind of give different species, kind of more in-depth species details. So one major thing that I've heard feedback from in my interviews and from people that have been on whale watching boats before or worked on them, like my sister, she said their ecological role is really fascinating to a lot of users. So I wanted to make sure to add this here and just give a little bit that they're apex predators that help marine balance and marine systems. So you can read more. And I also was told that it is very, very fascinating to people, the food web role and exactly where they stand and are they killer whales and how fascinating that can be. So from here, I click into the food web role. And this just bring me to some nice navigation through the system and that it works upwards and just kind of gives exactly what they are. This is specific to the Boston-based area. And then the next one is the trip details. So I just have the trip locations here. For now, I just put two quick ones, but I have the Boston Harbor as the main one here. So I want this to be an interactive map that the user can click on, and this pop-up shows up. It's what is each one. So for this one, the Boston Harbor is the one that I made a mock page for, and then users can just read more and go here, see a nice picture of the setting so it's familiar to them. They can just read a little bit about it and then click through these pages and read more about what they'll need for this location. And I thought one of the main important things here would be expert observation tips. So we can move forward and go to the best viewing practices. So they can read everything that they would need, such as binoculars, distance from whales, some safety information, and this is just really important for them pre-trip and also during. Lastly, I wanted to show the conservation topics, and this was a big focus of mine for this app, so going through just kind of the different large issues that affect whales and marine life that we all know. So I did some mock pages for the ship strikes as a specific one since this whales are at risk of these collisions. So I have just another page here with kind of showing what a ship strike is and then just different ways to get involved in resources. I think this is really important for people post-trip as well. And as the UX designer here, I really wanted to think about how they could use this app pre, during, and post. So I thought it would be great to do some ways to help and just kind of give some different ideas. And ideally in the future, I'll be linking these out to different resources, but those I'm still gathering through different user interviews. And again, as the non-specialist in this field, I didn't want to add anything incorrect. So that is my main app, and you can navigate always back to home with either the top navigation bar or the home button here. But thank you so much for watching. I've had an absolute blast creating this app, and I've learned so much about how taking the feedback from the user and the user interviews was so important.